What is foolishness according to Christian teachings? Have you ever wondered what foolishness really means in the context of Christian teachings? It goes beyond just a lack of intelligence. In Christian ethics and morality, foolishness is viewed as a moral and spiritual failing. It involves rejecting God's wisdom and guidance, which leads to behaviors that are contrary to the righteous life God desires for believers. At the heart of foolishness is a lack of reverence for God. True wisdom begins with what is often called the fear of the Lord. This means having a deep respect for God's authority and moral order. When someone despises or ignores this principle, they fall into ignorance and moral blindness. Another aspect of foolishness is the rejection of wisdom and discipline. A foolish person often refuses to accept instruction or correction. They may be self-deceived, thinking they know better than others. This pride can prevent them from growing in knowledge and righteousness. Foolishness also shows itself through impulsive and reckless behavior. When people act without thought or discernment, it can lead to destructive consequences for themselves and those around them. In contrast, wise individuals build and preserve what is good. The New Testament describes foolishness as a failure to recognize God's truth, especially in the message of Christ. What may seem foolish to the world, like the crucifixion of Jesus, is actually God's wisdom for salvation. Those who reject this message are seen as spiritually foolish. Foolishness is also linked to a lack of humility. It opposes the humble mindset that Christians are encouraged to adopt. Instead of being open to learning and understanding, the foolish person remains obstinate. From a practical standpoint, foolishness leads to choices that can harm one's spiritual well-being and relationships. It often results in moral errors like selfishness, pride, and disobedience to God's commands. Therefore, Christians are encouraged to seek wisdom through faith, humility, and adherence to God's word. Interestingly, some Christian traditions speak of foolishness for Christ. This concept involves rejecting worldly values that contradict Christian teachings. This kind of foolishness is about humility and self-sacrifice, embracing what the world might see as foolish to live faithfully according to God's wisdom. In summary, foolishness in Christian teachings is marked by spiritual ignorance and moral error. It involves rejecting divine wisdom, which can lead to harmful consequences. This stands in stark contrast to the ethical ideal of wisdom, which is grounded in reverence for God, humility, and obedience to His guidance.